Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, first and foremost, we'd like to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
double honors to our apostles, our elders, a great millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Strong Shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children, that the Lord have mercy on these last days. All right, so brothers from GMS Cleveland, man, back with another lesson, Lord willing, satisfying. The title is what I say, this is
Satanic.
Yeah, this is the
most satanic
country in the world, man. Inspired by an article that just came out today. Okay, that America is the most satanic country in the world. All right, even if you go down to the food, you know what I'm saying? Like when you compare the food to different countries, America's at the top of that list in terms of poison. You know what I'm saying? That they feed you, man, on every level. Okay, America leads the category on every level, from food to people to the concept of the society, how it's ran, the structure. You know what I'm saying? So this place is ran by the so-called white man, which his biblical nationality is known as the Edomites. All right, and what he did was he adopted all the ancient Canaanite customs and all the gods of the ancient world, and he compiled them into one big ball, man. Okay, and now you see the what is it, you see the results of his work, man. Okay, because what's allowed here, moles, okay, people marrying in cars, the laws of the Lord is done away with. You know what I'm saying? You can a 40 or 5-year-old man can say he's a 12-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? And live with a whole family and go to prom and go to kindergarten, like some weird shit, man. You know, but this is what's allowed in this country, which is not allowed in anywhere else, man.
And I want to say this too, Jake. Even when you go into this religious system, all of these religions in this society all go back to Satan worship.
Yep.
Okay, if a person worshiping Buddha, that go back to Satan worship. You know, you worshiping JC, that go back to Satan worship. You in Jehovah's Witness, Satan worship. All avenues lead back to Satan worship. Anything that, even his holidays, everything that Esau is able to infiltrate, all goes back to Satan worship.
Yeah, right, because this country is ran by witches and warlocks.
Yep.
Spoke about that. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the fabric of this society, Satanism. So you got a lot of atheists. People don't believe in a heavenly Father. These articles come out about that, like this generation is the most one. They don't believe in a heavenly Father. Hey, people worship Satan.
Yep.
Right? Because Satan ruled this world. He said that. He give it to whoever he will.
Yep.
Matter of fact, get it. And with Satan, he told us the earth is given into his hand or something, and he give it to
John.
I forget which. It's in the Gospels. I want to say it's in Luke. Right.
Matthew chapter 4.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's another one in the Gospel. Matthew is a good one, but I want to say it's in Luke or in Mark. One of those. Brother can type that in, because like the video that the brother YAHAWASHI sent in the group meet with the ex police officer, and he was going into the Masonic Temple and Baphomet, the Bohemian Grove, and how all these celebrities, it's all interlaced, like I said earlier, to the fabric of this society, man. Go ahead, read it out.
It's Luke chapter 4, verse 5.
Yeah, that's it.
And the devil taking him up into an high mountain, shew unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time.
Right.
And the devil said unto him,
oh, right. This is the main point, the key points. You gotta listen. This is what the devil, spirit of demon Satan, said to our Lord and Savior, YAHAWASHI. Listen what he said, right? Go ahead.
all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me.
Ooh, right, there it is. Because that is delivered unto me. Meaning what? Satan saying, I got control of this right now. It's my time. That's why the demons, when YAHAWASHI came, he said, you coming to torment us before our time. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, read it.
And to whomsoever I will.
Hold on, this Satan speaking, right? Go ahead.
I will give it.
So he said, whoever I want to, that's who I give it to. Right? That's it?
It's a little more says, if thou therefore wilt worship me.
Right, and that's what it is with this society. So you got to worship Satan in order to, receive accolades and achievements, awards, rewards, goodies. Right? You gotta bow down and worship Satan, because he's the one who has the authority over the earth right now in this present evil world, like the beloved elder Yaki always say. Go ahead.
It says, if thou wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
That's it. So you see all these different individuals with all these possessions, all these tangible items, right? I just seen a video with Boosie. He building some neighborhood on his estate because he got like an estate. He building. The nigga building a condo in his backyard. This nigga got a huge fucking pop.
He building a little city for his family.
City for his family. He got a street named after every one of his demonic children. They demons anyway. Pootie Lane and Ivy, his daughter Ivy. She just came out talking about she was dealing with fucking other with the same sex. And you gonna build this whole neighborhood?
You said you was against it.
Yeah, he said he was against it, but now it's your daughter is like, now you straddling the fence.
Right.
Right. And that's the spirit of the Lord, man. Because the Lord gonna put a difference between those who serve him and those who don't. Because you have a lot of jakes in this society, they make, they'll say prophetic things and righteous things, man. But then when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, when you really peel back the layers of the onion, it's like, oh, this nigga's wicked. He ain't really like that for real. I think it's just like in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's the Heavenly Father spiritually pulling your whole card. You ain't really, nigga, you ain't like that.
Oh, yeah. And I want to say this too. A lot of these celebrities, when you watch these different award shows, and they always, they come with that same speech. First and foremost, I would like to thank God. But that God they're talking about is not YAHAWASHI. That God that they're talking about and speaking about, that God that they're thinking is actually talking about Satan, man.
Is that it? All right, good. Y'all got it. Because the brother got an article like we was talking about earlier.
I got it.
Yeah, read the title. Then,
It says, America is the most satanic country in the world. How Black Sabbath getting huge.
Right, yes. If I could say this too, right? And that's the spirit, because we go into the book of Genesis. That's what the serpent, which we know the serpent, right? Is this demon was reincarnated as Esau Edom, the evil twin brother of Jacob. And when you go into the word serpent, it's going to talk about the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. You go into the word serpent, it goes back to the Hebrew word nakash. It means the practice, divination, and sorcery and shit like that. That's why our forefather Saul got rid of all the witches. We ain't supposed to suffer with to live, right? That's why this society and it's the most satanic country, because you got witches in the world like running this shit.
Yep. And it's articles coming out. They finding out like these officers. I think the one officer got arrested. I think brother seen that. He had the KKK costume in his closet or something. Like he was like a chief or somebody. I forgot who he was, but of course he do. You know what I'm saying? But those are your officers, man. Those are the politicians.
Oh, the KKK.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
Now I was gonna say the KKK, the head of the KKK, he's known as a grand wizard. Grand meaning huge or large, or you know what I'm saying, wizard. You know what I'm saying?
Now check this out. This is an article that I just came across from the Gazette. It says Target Pride Month partner boasts about Satanism. Satan respects pronouns. So here it is. This goes back to the initial topic, man. This place is the biggest satanic worship country in the world, man. Because all those other countries, man, they stick to a certain type of structure or method when it comes to religious. But over here, man, this get to it's free fall. It's free fall, land of the free,
Yep, and this is the only place in the world from what we see that has multiple satanic temples, man. I'm talking about like huge ass temples, bro. Like Satan holidays, they allow these people to worship this openly without no consequences, no judgment. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, and now it's to the point where they even got after school Satan clubs
exactly
for the children.
Yep.
Well, shit. Hey, that's why the scriptures say, "Ye worship ye, know not what."
Yeah, right.
Because at the end of the day, our people think that they're worshiping the true power of the world, but then in all actuality, they're worshiping Satan. Even when they, celebrate these pagan holidays, like Halloween, you dressing your kids up like little monsters, man. What you think that's to say you worshiping Satan, man?
Yeah, a lot of countries don't even celebrate Halloween.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So just that alone, like bro said, that holiday alone shows you who we dealing with, what we dealing with. All right, because it's on a worldwide scale.
And guess what? Now and that's the spirit, because the scriptures say I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. He literally have spread his way, that satanic way. He spread it throughout the four corners of the earth now, man.
Another thing that could help you see that this place is Babylon or the land of confusion, because this country is supposed to be founded on the Bible.
Mm.
So how is it founded on the Bible, but yet still you gotta practice like Sam Hain? When you go back to Sam Hain, that's all the way. You know, I mean, that shouldn't go back, like you said, the pagan custom and go into the wickedness. You know, the sacrifices. So, like I said, these people, the devil.
Right. There's multiple indications, right? There's multiple indicators that people worship Satan. What you do, what is the indication that you worship a particular God? You sacrifice him to him. You erect idols and monuments and to him. You know, structures and shit like that. That's how you know, right? And even dealing with the geometry, dealing with Washington D.C. for example. You know what I'm saying? The satanic background with dealing with that shit, man.
They got in New York, they got the Baphomet statue just on the street. You know what I'm saying? They got these different your dollar bill is that went around with the dollar bill folded and you put it together and you see the Baphomet underneath, but you see a demon on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the God. They say the God we trust. That's the God they worship. You know, money and ultimately the spiritual demon Satan, man. All right. Go ahead.
I got to say this. The brother made mention how, you know, how all of these, you know, holidays and things like that go back to Satan. You know, and our people, they've been worshiping spiritual demon Satan. In this Amos chapter 5 and verse 21, I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You know, in the modern feast days, you know, that our people celebrate for Satan will be, you know, the Halloween, the Christmas. That's why, you know, going back to the winter that just passed, you know, a couple of days right before Christmas, you had a terrific snowstorm where many people got caught up on the freezer and died. And why is that? Because the Lord, he hate that our people be following after those things. That's why judgment always come out around the time of those feast days.
There's a spirit too, because when you go into that, remember other brothers was bringing out that one Jake that basically got froze to death. That was a Jake.
Buffalo. You on the highway, huh? Talking about on the highway?
No, he was on the street.
Oh, he was on the street. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I got another precept too. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and I'm starting at verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world." And plagues going into calamities, sufferings, tribulations, hardships. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Then in verse 6, it tells you the reason. It says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." So that's why the Lord is bringing judgment upon the four corners of the earth, because wickedness hath exceedingly meaning greatly, you know, past the limit, so to speak. Okay.
Yeah, Babylon is they're using Babylon as the face of the system, which is America. You know what I'm saying? It's the modern day Gaza. You know what I'm saying? So they're using America to spearhead the system, and all the nations has took a sip of that wine. All right, and they committed fornication with the whore, man. All right, that riding upon the beast nails. Okay, and this whore has you know, has slept with everybody, man. And now the nations, they are willing to push away the ancient customs, man. Okay, that's wicked in itself, because the ancient customs come from us. It's the morality behind it. All right, you know what I'm saying? The morality behind it, in which now I was watching an interview earlier. It just popped up. You know how sometimes YouTube video just pop up out there shorts. No, it's just like a video just pop up, like all you got an autoplay or random play.
Okay.
The one video would do Joey Badass and the Muslim dude, the Islam dude.
Oh, I know.
You saw that? That's a nice interview. I only watched 18 minutes of it, but it's like 3 hours. So I'm about to watch it. But the point is that he had said something in there, man. He was like, yo, he's like, AI is advancing more than the human race, man. You know what I'm saying? That's satanic in itself. Ice Cube coming out, bro. AI is the devil, because it is the devil. You know what I'm saying? The devil's created it, man. He's using it to transform the very concept of life, man. Okay, what you about to say?
It's just like because you talked about AI, and like I was watching like a video last night, and how the brother was talking about it like a week ago, talking about how they trying to make it to where like man can sleep with machine. You know what I'm saying? And they making these damn AI, they really got AI dolls that look like actual women. Like when you look at them, they look like women and interact like women. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like that's that wickedness. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like them great wonders that he doing, all that bullshit that he doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Go ahead. No, go back to that article real quick.
Going back to the article, it says America is the most satanic country in the world. This is how Black Sabbath getting huge in the U.S.
I got a Google definition on what Black Sabbath is. It says a Black Sabbath is a name that refers to a meeting of those who practice witchcraft or witch Sabbath or an occult, basically.
So land of the Chaldeans.
Like, so a Black Sabbath, for an example, would be like Bohemian Grove. It's a Black Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? But you all that other shit, you had the one Edomite bitch, and Jay-Z was in a picture with his spirit. Yeah, that's another example. You know, of a Black Sabbath. June 1st. That's another example of a Black Sabbath.
May 1st.
May 1st too. Yeah.
Yeah, June 1st is the happy people start date of the so-called happy month.
And we know who's happy. You had the Edomite chick on the field from the what's the dude named the Diaspora show, and she was basically, that chick was a Jake though. She looked like an Edomite, but she was a Jake. You just tell. And she would talk about how Edomite, they obsessed with BBC, like they obsessed, like Edomite men. She like, they a bunch of cooks. Jake know what cuckolds.
Yeah.
Shit like that. She was just going in on them niggas. She was like, yeah, they really want those. They really like, but they got those homosexual tendencies. That's why people even indulge in that type, because that shit's satanic too. Right? That's why he puts that satanic vibration on the Lord's people, man. You know?
Horror, you got horror movies, different shit like that, man. Like he's showing you his hand, like right before your eyes, man. Because a lot of these countries don't even have that kind of stuff like being displayed, man. Just the simple fact of movies, like certain movies he shows, certain music. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that stuff is not allowed in these different countries, man. That's why they come here, so they can experience that freeness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. You got the what's that shit called? Industrial. No, not that shit. Like with the prisons and the rehabilitation centers, all that shit demonic too, bro. All that shit satanic. Because that's what they say about America. Is like, I don't know, every country you got the highest population of incarceration. That shit's satanic. Oh, I seen an article. Matter of fact, it was a video on YouTube. They had some deadly criminals. These niggas living it up in a prison. And they living it up in the country. These niggas get TV. They don't got to live in cells. These niggas get an apartment, all type of shit. But that's a prison in another country. They gave you, they was showing an example of how the prison was in this particular country, bro. You hear me? These niggas can cook, chef. Ain't no motherfucking curfew. They can go outside. I'm talking about, bro, listen. These niggas like on an island, granted, where there's a whole bunch of houses, a whole bunch of motherfucking cottages and shit that they just live at. And they just chill. They serve out their prison center there, man. So the type,
it's kind of like a refugee city.
It's like a refugee city, bro. Yes, it literally is like that, bro. So the prison industrial complex, that's the name of it. In this society, you're fucking completely wicked, man. You know, that shit is demonic, bro. Go ahead.
It says, it says America is the most satanic country in the world. They do anything for $1. If you got $1,
yeah, because this place is a whore. You hear me? $2 coat.
Yep.
You know, sucky, give me long time, bitch. Like real talk. This place, he said he do anything for $1, right? That's what a whore do. She'll do anything for $1, right? Just like Suki Hana. You got her going viral talking about the Israelite. She talking about she eating niggas' ass. You would do anything for $1, right? Go ahead.
They say if you got $1, you're in.
Woo! If you got money, it's like a crap table. You know that you can buy in, because you at the crap table, you got the nigga shooting craps, you got the philanthropist nigga, the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Dope boys, whatever. You got the money, you can buy in. It's just the same thing with this bitch.
They say if you haven't, you're out.
Woo! Right? You ain't got no money. Don't let the Don't all hit you with a good Lord split you. You not, hey, like you told you are not welcome here. They got bad boys and one nigga. You're not welcome here. Real talk. Cause that's how it is, bro.
Oh, please after that. This is Sirach 27 in the GNT. Many people have sinned while looking for a prophet. If you want to be rich, you have to keep blinders on your eyes. It is hard to remove a peg that is stuck between two stones of a house, and it is just as hard to remove dishonesty from.
Yeah, like you got something known as Hidden in Plain Sight. Who's that movie with yeah, that's the name of the movie with Tom Cruise, right? Hidden in Plain Sight. I think it's good. But I'm just saying that to say this because
You're not talking about HAQADASH.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. Right. I think that's the name of it. Cause niggas know what's going on.
Yep.
Motherfuckers know. Why you, like I said, YAHAWASHI sent that video with that ex-cop. We were going into the Masonic Masons and all this shit. He was talking about little baby QCP and all them niggas, how they pedophiles and into pedophilia and shit like that, man. You know?
No,
Which makes sense though. Like, when you going like one brother $1 million, when you go into like a lot of these gangs and shit, like why do you think they be advertising with police? Because the top gang members, they be Masons and shit like that. So it's like a network of, like said, of individuals that's moving behind the scenes when you trying to figure out they basically their blueprint to success because they sold their soul. You know what I mean? In the system. And you got individuals that don't realize what they're involved in. You know what I mean? You know, when you go to masonry, Albert Pike made the statement. He said, basically, people that's not above the 30th to the 33rd degree, basically, they have the understanding. Everybody below that, they're to be used. You know what I mean? You got people that's literally like thinking this shit just to get what's the word? Get business connections or get
right.
But in actuality, you truly worshiping Satan.
Yeah, they be doing the rituals and all that, man. They be, sitting on pentagrams and
do the same shit.
Yeah, they drink blood, right? You know, there's multiple whistleblowers. There's a spirit we talked about that just earlier. There's multiple whistleblowers in the entertainment industry to bring out information. Oh, you touch me, Jeffrey Hawk, what is nigga Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, because he was big into the music industry. I meant the movie industry and shit like that. You had the bitch Winona Ryder, Me Too. Me Too, bitch. It happened to Me Too. I was a little kid. I remember that shit. He made me sat on his lap. No, what the fuck?
Nigga Terry Crews. What that nigga that played that so Raven.
Orlando Brown.
Yeah, Orlando Brown.
Yeah, he be telling the truth.
Yeah, he do. And that chick from I know brother mentioned it one time that show Black Light. But one of the girls
the young because she played in
she came out.
She got her claim to fame in the series House of Pain.
Yep,
that's what she got. That young girl is his old daughter. She got a precept. Yeah, that's her name. Yep.
This 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9.
Yeah, because that go out as a spirit. Yep, I was thinking about that when you read it.
It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and the snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown man in destruction and perdition.
And I want to say this too, because a lot of those celebrities, man, they have to. Hey, the brother went into it earlier. You know what God you serve by who you make sacrifices to, and a lot of those individuals they make sacrifices, like actual sacrifices. You know, whether it's someone close to them, okay, as far as their child, they friend they have, their mom, you know.
Yeah, because word on the street is there's 3 ways to be inside of the so-called Illuminati, if you will, or the secret society.
Or the Boule.
Or the Boule, right. That's the spirit. The Boule too, right? Because, that dude was talking about that in a video that the brother sent, that ex-cop. He was talking about the Boule, and he was mentioning certain individuals, how they give out fake-ass doctorates, give niggas a doctor's degree, niggas ain't never went to college, you know?
Wow.
But I was gonna say something. Go ahead.
Well, he was gonna say it was 3 things that you could do.
It's 3 things, right? Yep. There's 3 things. You could make music to destroy your people, right? Which that's a spiritual sacrifice unto the spiritual demon Satan. Because you ain't gotta do a literal sacrifice. See, but behind closed doors, they do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But in plain sight, you know, it's metaphorically.
Yep.
They sacrifice into the spiritual demon Satan by the type of music they make. So you could do that, right? You could bend over, you know, and you could sacrifice. Yep. So that's the three ways. Three represents understanding. Yep. So that's the three ways that you can, you know what I'm saying, come up on a level in the industry today, man.
Damn. I got a little something real quick. This
brother, you still
always done that?
Go ahead. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10, it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil."
Yeah, that ain't real money. And that's what our people still have come, you know, fail to realize. We bring out what money is every day. We talking about what money is, you know. It started with the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, the Akim, you know, the elder brother, man. That ain't real money anyway. So you tell me, man, like they say, man, like the saying goes, bro, and that shit is true. You could buy a nigga cheap. They buy niggas with Federal Reserve notes that don't have no value, bro. You know, like, oh, the scripture talk about you sold yourself for naught.
Yep.
Lord say you sold yourself for naught, bro. And that was doing not profit. You sell yourself for nothing, nigga. That ain't nothing. You can't even pass that shit down to your children, bro.
I got some real quick. Hebrews 11 and 25, choosing whether to suffer affliction with the people of God.
Right, and it's going into the history of our forefather of Moses, right? When he came to the realization that he was an Israelite. Because the ancient Egyptian, the brother was talking about it earlier, how they mixed all them, this society, they motherfucking confused, right? Because the word confused is a compound word, con meaning with, fuse meaning to mix. So mix with. So that's what this American society did, was just ran by the Edomite. They brought all that shit together. Yep. So the same thing, white things play spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Yep. Same shit was going on back then during the time of our forefather Moses. Niggas were selling out, right? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's repeating itself. Niggas are selling out. No, good.
You made me think something I was gonna bring it up, because people make it seem like it's far-fetched, but like you said, like that's another way that you know that this place is Babylon, because when you go into like what's that, Daniel, and basically how you had Daniel and the king had all the astrologers and
the magicians,
and you got that now. You know what I mean? Like when you go into when you go into Ronald Reagan, like his wife was open to witchcraft. You know what I mean? So she would go and basically, like they was using, supposedly, this is what supposedly said, that basically they would use the White House to have different seances, and she would have astrologers come in.
You had bitches like Sylvia Brown. And when you go around, especially on right on Detroit Avenue, there's multiple, more than 5 damn psychic places. All up and down that strip, you know what I'm saying? So this is how you know, like the brother, he's correct on that.
Yeah, they got a place in America called Sin City, bro. Las Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
It's a place called Sin City, man. So this place is the most satanic place in the world, man.
Right, and when you go into sin, it goes back to the word like sinister. That's where you get the Latin word for the left, right, which is sinistra. Because Esau, Edom, he the left-hand side of the heavenly Father. That's why you know what I'm saying? That's where they get their power from.
Physical, he's Satan's physical counterpart. All right, but it says, choosing Hebrews 11 and 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahawah than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Yeah, and pretty much, you know, seasons don't stay the same forever. You know, season always change. So the pleasures and the gifts that Satan has offered our people, it's only going to last for a short period of time, man. Because that it's going to run out. Because ultimately, and when the Lord's wrath comes, you know that money or those gifts is going to be useless in that time, man. Because the scriptures say, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death, man. You know.
I got another quick reset. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 26, it says, "Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord." Because a lot of people want to seem as if they, you know, in the favor of Esau, Edom.
And what the scriptures say, they trim their ways to seek love, the love that isn't there.
And the way they do that is by selling out to Satanism, selling out to wickedness, which Satanism goes back to the Satan, which goes back to the Hebrew word Shaitan, which is adversary, meaning that they selling out to ways that are adverse to YAHWASHI YAHWASHI.
Just to make a buck, just to gain some in that word you have in the moment, it said paradise or paradise lost or something to that.
They want to receive the what's that? The constellation.
Yeah. Receive the constellation.
And to speak on the second part, I'm gonna read it again. Proverbs 29:26. Many seek the ruler's favor, which that's why a majority of the nation of Israel sell out and do these different things behind closed doors and also on camera and things like that.
Because Jake always brag about bumping elbows with a rich Edomite.
Yeah.
Jake don't care about what means they gotta. Man, I bump elbows with this devil, or he a Jew. Like fucking Floyd Mayweather. When I get with these Jews, these rich billionaire Jews, I'm asking them what I need to do to get generational wealth.
Yeah. What my nigga said, this is like a nigga too big. Son of a bitch. Nigga too big on this. Son of a bitch. All niggas on that shit, bro.
Floyd was just saying that. Oh, and what he got on his chest, huh? The nigga LeBron, he got the fucking
Baphomet.
Yeah, the Baphomet.
It is a face. It's the Babylonian one. It is.
But just like LeBron, right? He was like, see, he was the only take, right? The only take in that synagogue with all the Jews when they were dressing all that black. He had the shades on. Yeah. Whoever the head was, the top guy in there, he walking around with his arm around him. You know what I'm saying? Through the crowd. Feel me?
What's the little dude name? Little Baby.
Yeah.
And that song he talking about, he get his advice from Rick Rubin and all that. You know what I mean? Like I said, Rick Rubin's supposed to be a Jew. It's supposed to be a Jew. So,
you can't get to a certain status in society without if anybody's prominent in this society,
you gotta go through Satan.
What's the dude name was talking about that? He was talking about the door. He was a rapper or somebody. He was about his 3 doors. I don't know.
You talking about Bun B.
No.
You talking about that video that the brother Michael Allah did, and they had the one Jake that was talking about.
He a rapper. Y'all know him if y'all see him.
You talking about the nigga from Drink Champs?
I think so.
That's Noriega.
Bun B did it too, though. Bun B did it too.
Yeah, but I think it's Noriega. He was talking about he didn't go in the door. He said he kept straight.
Yeah.
He said because he's got a door on the left, got a door on the right. Go straight.
Yeah. Because it was like they got what you doing. That's like he said. That's like right. He said that's like you go in there, right? He said you got. Let's say for instance, you give an example. Like you got somebody sniff powder. I'm a weed smoker. I smoke weed, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'll do this. You know what I'm saying? But then you go in there, you got all these other doors in there, and you see all type of other shit. He's like, shit, I don't play with my nose. Then he started talking about, well, I don't shoot up. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so I ain't gonna do that. So he was like, basically like telling you like that wasn't exactly what was going on, but it was other weird shit that was going on within the room where it's like, hell no, I ain't doing no shit like that.
What's her girl name? That little Nikki chick, that little, she like an Edomite. I think she a Keisha, but the bitch that act good and shit. She was a rapper for a minute.
Bad Barbie.
No, no, she the white chick. That she not prominent no more.
Oh nah, yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the point is that she was actually just did an interview not that long ago going into that because she got invited to the
you talking about the video with the elder brother Michael Allah. I think T-Pain was on there because he was talking about the dude Funny Marco.
Yeah, T-Pain was on there with Funny Marco.
Yeah, and T-Pain and basically Funny Marco came out enough to say that like he did some things.
Yep.
And T-Pain was like, I didn't want to go through another door.
Yep.
It was like, I want to know what's going to be there, and I want to know what the end result. He was like, some of them doors. He's like,
and it's like doors to doors. Once you go to that door and you willing to do that, it's like okay, it presents something else. Yeah. So you like a Jay-Z status or a Bron status.
Yeah, it's a never-ending ritual.
Yeah, like
you gotta constantly sacrifice to the spiritual. You don't just you know what I'm saying? It's just like on the right hand side, you don't just sacrifice to the Lord. That's
right.
You gotta constantly make sacrifices.
It's blood in, blood out.
Exactly. They made this statement. Somebody made the statement before. They was talking about like, and the higher you are, the more like on the left hand side, the more wickedness you got to do. It ain't like because you're at the higher level, you do the lowest. No, you do the most with it. Just like on the right hand side, those that's exhorted more gotta sacrifice more. So
the more given, the more expected.
Yeah. Because you can't play both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab this. This is Matthew 6:24. It says, "No man can serve 2 masters, for he will either hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. He cannot serve God and mammon." And when you go into that word mammon, the definition, it says treasures, riches, where it's personified and opposed to the Most High.
Yeah, because mammon go back to a Syrian deity, which was the god of money. You know what I'm saying? So mammon meaning money. You know what I'm saying? So you can't serve and worship the concept of currency, all right, versus the Most High, because it belongs to him anyways. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not going to profit you in the day of his wrath.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not going to be able to buy your way out of the judgment, man. You see, because Esau has convinced the people in the society that they could buy their way out of everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they go so to the extent to receive a certain status, because you like, nigga, I could just, man, get out my face. I could boop, boop. I know this person, boop, boop. But they're not going to be able to do that with the Most High, man.
That's like how you talk about the witchcraft, because they done, like you know how the brother talk about being hidden in plain sight. That's why they got all these different avenues for you to make the money. Like you said, for the Marco book to be a comedian, they got him doing some bulled out shit on the left hand side.
Well, he's interviewing the celebrities now, and he making a fool of them.
Yeah, you feel it?
Like he ahead of them now.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
He got motherfuckers like Boosie out there. This nigga been in the industry for fought murder cases, killed people, you know what I'm saying? All this shit wickedness that he was doing.
That's right.
He got all this status, and this nigga there bringing out snakes around the niggas, like making a straight, complete fool of them. And I'm gonna tell y'all another Jake who on a high level over a lot of these celebrities. His name, he from New York. His name Queen's Flip. That nigga somebody, bro. He's somebody. I was like, I be watching niggas, you know, like, hey, what the fuck, you nigga just running up on me, doing all this shit to niggas.
How you everywhere, bro?
DJ Envy going in the nigga house in his bathtub, butt naked.
Him and Joe Buttons is like they
listen.
Like this.
I seen a video of this nigga was at DJ Envy's house. He was butt ass naked. DJ Envy walked in with his wife in the bathroom. This nigga stood up with a book over his rod, but butt ass naked, bro. That nigga Queen's Flip, he was sounding like, man, who is this nigga, bro?
And this the thing, though. And this the thing, too.
Yeah.
This the thing. He pops up on him.
Bro,
He pop like he
the young celebrities, the old celebrities, DC Young Fly.
Yeah, bro, that's the point. He put with that shit.
That boy SSC. But the point is, he be on them.
He be like,
give me a hug. Give me a hug. Like the niggas hug and shit.
And the nigga walking said, how do you know I was here?
They walk a flocker.
Yeah, we caught him. I did this shit for real. He said, not for real, Flip, I'm gonna knock your ass out. Like, how you knew I was here, bro?
What's
like, you know what I'm saying? He was like dead serious, because he was just sitting outside on the phone.
Yeah, he put up. He put up on Styles peeing him after a video shoot. It was like in an excluded location. He put up on them niggas, bro. They did like, bro, what is you doing here, bro?
Yeah, he pulled up on Benny Siegel. That nigga.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Benny Siegel. Benny Siegel was shooting.
It was Benny Siegel.
He was scared as fuck. He got free stuff.
Chapter 11, verse 24. Again, say not, I have enough and possess many things, and what evil shall I have hereafter? Because that's how people feel. That great gain is godliness. Which I tell you that First Timothy the 6th chapter, which that's not the truth. It says, what evil shall I have hereafter? That's the mindset of people. Tell you Amos the 9th chapter, that all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. People think that just because they got a couple millions, maybe even a couple billion, speaking in reference to these celebrities, that ain't shit gonna happen to them. But the whole time the Lord is angry. That's why I say riches profit not in the day of wrath. The Lord's YAHWASHI's wrath is upon the earth.
And Satan not gonna be able to help people. Those left hand spirits is gonna pretty much they're gonna stop doing their job when it comes to revealing certain things unto Esau and giving you certain advice and how to maneuver and how to do certain things on the left hand side, man. Those things are gonna stop working for you.
Yeah, because it's Satan's job the whole time to keep you blind. Right. You know what I'm saying? For you not to hear to these words, for you not to listen to the apostles and the elders and the men and the incident to those labels. That's Satan's job, is to keep you blinded. Keep you in that trick bag.
Like they can say though, for these individuals that got substance in this society, and I'm talking about like a house, a car, whatever, clothes and shit. There was a movie, he said, Shorty can't eat no books. Right. There was some gang niggas, and you know what I'm saying, somebody was presenting, a perspective to them that was never presented to them, but this was their response, because he was talking about, get the book, get the education. And he could say, look, man, Shorty can't eat no books. So you motherfucker little true, you can't eat no Teslas, and no Maybach Benz and Gucci belts. Well, you keep a Gucci belt. You bought that bitch longer. That bitch real leather, but you know what I'm saying? You can't be eating this. You know, you ain't gonna be eating no cars and shit, no jewelry, diamond chain. You can't eat money. You know?
Yeah, kind of. I
You got it?
Yeah. You want me to start it and go right to the point?
Because it was a point about the possession that the brother spoke about. He was talking about possession, that scripture, right? What was that?
That was Sirach chapter 11,
Right.
and verse 23 it says, well, no, it's like verse 24 says, again, say not, I have enough, and possess many things.
Yeah, possess many things, right? Read it real quick.
Oh yeah, kind of. This is Matthew, Luke 12 and 13 says, and one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, man who made.
And yeah, and that's what your inheritance is about, the possession. All right, what's my possession? What do I get? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says that he said unto him, man, who made me a judge or a divider over you?
It's the point right here. Go ahead.
He said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Yep.
For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
There it is. So that don't define you, man. You got just because you got that. Look, man. Yep. You know that shit like a trophy. That's what Jake said. It's a trophy with the necklaces and shit, chains. They all trophies and shit. That's what Jake said.
Yeah, because YAHWASHI, when he was talking to the rich young man, he said you will be perfect, sell what I have. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't even perfect yet, even though he was keeping the law, statute, commandments. He had all these riches and so forth. He still wasn't perfect, man, because he wasn't following YAHWASHI, man.
Yeah, because he was wrapped up in his possession. Yep. That's what the moral of that story is.
That's why he went away sorrowful.
Exactly, because he was wrapped up in his possession. He didn't want to get rid of the he didn't want to get rid of that what that shit called Rick Ross got something land. The promised land. He got his estate is called a name, bro. I forget the name of this shit. It's like promised land or some shit like that, bro.
Man, I got this quick little paragraph real quick. This is from the article unheard.com, came on 21. It says, but if devilish imagery mostly feels a bit cringe, the devil himself has gone mainstream. If being deliberately anti-Christian, it says, and then it goes into Latin, feels exhausted. For the new post-Christian board, I don't know how to say that word. Satan now reads like the good guy. So now Satan is looked at as an angel of light. He's portraying himself as an angel of light. He's looked at as what's supposed to be good. Okay, this is the what. Okay, like the brother said earlier, this is it seems godly for me achieving this way. It's achieving this, even though I did this to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Well, the scripture said, surely you'll turn things upside down. Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So that's one precept. You know, that's in Isaiah. So another Isaiah said, woe to you that put darkness for light, and light for darkness. What's the paraphrasing?
It says, and in the hands of this class, the devil's proverbial pride, self-regard, and refusal to yield isn't just celebrated. It's on its way to becoming the established religion of the United States of America.
Well, not only just the United States of America, but the world. Because you got something known as what? One world religion. Right? So that's all a part of the NWO. That's what they want to establish, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to set up. They want to set up a one world religion. And that religion, just like during the time of our forefather Daniel, you heard of hornet and the psaltery and the flute and all that shit, nigga bowed out and praise this goddamn statue, nigga. You hear me? So it's essentially the same thing, right?
It says America's Satanic Temple, founded in 2012, was that's a spiritual. It's still small in terms of absolute membership, but it hit the headlines last week when it announced plans to sue the government of Texas for restricting women's ability to abort a pregnancy. So just the very concept that they allow that in America shows you how satanic this place is. The fact that you can abort a child, man. No matter, it was talking about up to 9 months, man. Fully a child. Oh no, actually,
that's my bro. Like 3 years old.
So, bro, it says in response, Salon Magazine declared it the last best hope for protecting abortion rights in the state. The Satanic Temple has an impressive track record in self-promotion via outrage, such as founding a Satanist after-school club, it goes without saying that in our fertile online political climate, the convergence of abortion, ritual, lawsuit, and Satan resulted in a lot of publicity for the group. So this is what has emerged itself on the scene within the last decade, 20 years, a couple of decades or so, man. All right, way more. It's now on the man, like I said, mainstream, because they've been doing this shit. It's now on just mainstream.
It's out there now.
Yeah, it's out there.
And that's just showing you the time of year.
Right.
They like they said, the league being more bold, just NWO. That's why you see these things in the forefront.
Right. They start.
Gonna do about it.
Yeah, they started to let their horn show. You know what I'm saying? They know what they have but a short time. So eventually they're gonna come to the point where they like, wait, you just fuck that shit. They know. It motherfuckers know already, so let's show them.
Yeah, and this was the plan the whole time, because back in 2003, 2004, Bill Gates had presented a blueprint until billionaires, I mean not billionaires, trillionaires in his classroom. It was about between 5 and 7 of them. Man, he had presented this plan to make the whole world look like one particular brain. The brain that he had on the screen was an atheist brain, and on the right he had a brain that believed in some type of spirituality. He said, how can we get this brain to look like that brain? See, so like in that interview I mentioned earlier, the dude Joey Badass was talking about that, man. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how I forgot who said what, but he was just talking about how the people is completely gone, man. They more are atheists in the world than ever before, man. Wrong and not, man. But that was a plan. That was planned. That's why we call it pandemic, because he said the one thing he was going to use to do this was, he said, what's the one thing everybody had in common? The guy said in the crowd, he said the FLU. He said exactly. So they do these things by that pharmakeia, you know what I'm saying, and different things of such, and they push it into the masses, man. Because that's a spirit too, because exactly, it's witchcraft. Because I was listening to one of the elders earlier, they was talking about the damn, I lost my train of thought. They was talking about man, I lost my train of thought. You got it, bro.
There's still, I don't know if anybody else has something, but what you said of that Luke 12:15, yeah, you was talking about life and possessions, and like I was trying to say, life is, you don't know what you possess. In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, from the start of verse 10, and it reads, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
I got one.
When goods,
Okay, you got more?
when goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes?
It said when goods are increased, they are increased that eat them, because the more shit you have, you can't use it all yourself.
Yep. You can't. Okay.
Say something.
Now, because King Solomon talked about that, about his position. You know what I'm saying? And who he would leave it to after him. You know what I'm saying? And they're worried about who he was going to leave it to, if he was going to be left to somebody like upright or somebody wicked. You know what I'm saying? Or to paraphrase. You know what I'm saying?
Because Solomon wrote the book of Ecclesiastes.
That's right.
And he had so much wealth that it was to the point where his doorkeeper looked like he was the king himself.
Yeah.
He also had the lead, I forgot, I think it's the elder talking about how the wicked have like the leisure time to do these wicked ass shit. You know what I mean? So King Solomon had so much money, he had the leisure time to actually do the experiment in Ecclesiastes. You know what I mean? With that much money, right? He saw the vanity of all that shit. You know what I mean? Having all that abundance. I'm gonna read a lot of this though. Verse 12: the sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep.
Right, because it's always something to do, man. The Apostle Paul said that he was warning Timothy of that. Woe to them that be rich, because you fall into many hurtful lusts, so on and so forth, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the brother read it earlier. Said the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is a defense, but when you fall in love and it becomes like your passion, your forefront, now it becomes your God.
Driven by it.
Yeah.
You feel like a Mayweather and have these 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Like scripture say money is a defense. So, but it also says that they're gonna cast their money in the streets. You know what I mean? Because what's gonna be the ultimate defense for what's coming?
It's true. Yep. And the wisdom, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yep.
That's why Solomon, y'all mentioned Solomon. That's why he prayed for that before riches. And
Yep, that's right. And the Lord gave him all. The Lord gave him everything but what he asked for.
Right. Right.
First,
Yeah, kind of right.
Gucci mentioned that in the song too. He was like, he was talking about wisdom. He was like, shit, don't. He was like, give me. He said something about on the lines of what we just said. He said, yo, give me wisdom. Gucci talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But it just shows you that they even know, man. You know, I said down to the lowest denominator, man. That wisdom is more.
Yeah, right. Well, the scripture tell you that wisdom is the principal thing. The more I get him,
Can't understand it.
I said that. It's funny that you just said it. He said that. He said you can take over 100 a day. And I got that.
Because you can get it back.
Who said that?
Yeah,
I got a quick one too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It says verse 13. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begat a son, and there is nothing in his hand. Verse 15, as he came forth from his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came. So you can't take none of this shit with you.
And like I was saying, Job said that. It said that Job was the richest man in all of the East. And when he started to lose all that shit, he said, naked came out of the womb, and thither shall I return. And then after that, he blessed the name of the Lord.
It says, and shall take nothing of his labor which he may carry away in his hand. Verse 16. And this also is a sore evil.
because he knew this bitch was going to be destroyed. King Solomon knew that. Look, ain't better go on forever. You know what I'm saying? This is the temporal. This is temporary. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This not the kingdom. He understand. You think Solomon ain't know about the prophecies of the kingdom and the things to come? Come on.
Right. He said it's the wisest man.
Exactly, bro.
Verse 16, it says, and this also is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit hath he that hath labored for the wind?
Real quick, I got go ahead, bro. You said that.
Yeah, because we talk about King Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in his life, what is richer than wisdom that work of all things? You know what I'm saying? So before anything, you got to desire the wisdom. The wisdom, like he said, wisdom work of all things. Like you said, what P said, he was like, shit, you can take all the money. Why? Because he had the wisdom. He got the wisdom and the knowledge to get it all back. You know what I'm saying? He knew what it takes. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? King Solomon said, riches be a possession to be desired in his life. What is richer than wisdom that work of all things? If you got this, that's why the scripture say, seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things should be added unto you. You seek the kingdom through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Right, and these demons in this society, they don't do that, man. They don't seek no wisdom, man. They just follow after their flesh.
That's right.
That's what's guiding them, man.
And
You
then
know
it's
what you know, no, you good, bro.
They say their wisdom is no wisdom at all.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't, like you said, they don't seek wisdom.
Yep.
Seek wisdom, which is YAHWASHI, shot the laws, his way.
And then like you get Jake right, they be thinking they done came up on something like even Jake, then I ain't knocking them, you know what I'm saying? But even Jake, they get caught up in real estate, or they get caught up in when they got caught up in what's that, the Bitcoin and all those online money systems. But or they get caught up in what's that called, the stocks and bonds. You know what I'm saying? That's because Eden already bounced on to the next thing. They already on to the next best thing. You getting the crumbs off of what they done left behind. They done milked that already. They done milked that part of the game. Now you able to get in real estate. Now you able to sell houses and do all that.
Now you able to get people credit, repair niggas credit score and shit. And now you know about credit.
You hear me? And Jake think they doing something. You feel me?
Yeah.
Jake get that mindset they doing something.
Now you know about buying commercial properties. Now you know about all your taxes. You can write it off if you purchase a vehicle that's over a certain £1,000. Nigga, man, bro.
And he laughing at them.
Right, you know why? Because the system is about to transition.
Yeah,
that's the system that you niggas is just now getting hip to. That's obsolete.
Yeah, that's
a VHS and a cassette 8-track type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was temporary the whole time. That's why they laughing at you.
That's why they laughing at you.
They get a little crumb.
Yeah,
because it's temporary.
Yeah, because they on to the next best thing.
Right.
You
the next best thing is the digital currency.
You
The
playing catch up
MOTV,
now.
that's why niggas could they had a fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga Lil Migo, he a rapper.
Right.
That nigga had, bro, $1 million. This nigga was having $1 million, bro. You feel me? It's about to be a transition.
Yeah.
That shit is null and void, man.
That's why they laughing at him, because like you said, like I was saying earlier, they be so quick to be happy because they rub elbows with E, but whole time he smiling in your face playing you. You think he putting you on to what he doing, but that ain't even what he doing.
Or the scripture say that if you have need of thee, he will smile upon thee and be
Yeah.
hope. Say and speak thee fair and say what one is thou.
Yeah.
And then it said if he have it said talk about he will make thee bare and will not feel sorry for it.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
treat you like a straight bitch, like a female though. You get rid of that bitch. I don't need you, bitch. Cancel that bitch. Get another one.
Yeah, that's the spirit that nigga Q Money had sold out. And
Yeah,
then,
look what happened.
What happened? Guess what? Then his label dropped him right after that. Now he's broken there. Broke his head, man. They said it's more tight.
Nigga ain't fresher than me. No. That nigga from Cleveland.
Work.
That is go berserk.
Man, check the
Oh man, he
I
ain't
heard
Cleveland,
it,
y'all. Go ahead.
Check it.
This is Satanic 31 in the GNT. The title says problems caused by money.
Woo, problems caused by money. And we know who was that? With one of them Rothschilds, Evelyn Rothschild, one of them demons. He said, there you go, y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? Read it again, read the title again.
This is
He said problems what?
Problems caused by money.
Problems caused by money, bro. That's the majority of the problems that people got in this society. Go ahead.
It says, all right, this is verse 1. It says, worrying about money, Satanic 31:1 in the GNT. Worrying about money will make you lose weight and lose sleep.
Woo, real talk, bro. You know?
Worrying about business.
Because that's it's stress.
Yeah.
You know? And when you're under stress, you got something known as cortisol, right? Which is free radicals in your body that destroy your body. That's why you lose weight like that, man. Your body destroys itself from the inside out.
Yeah.
You stressed out about some money. Money. Like that's the answer. That's gonna be the key to all your problems, man.
And that nigga was Mayor Amschel Rothschild.
Yeah, Mayor Amschel Rothschild.
The nation's money supply.
Yep. God care who's not making laws. That's it. That's it.
Control it anyway.
Yeah, you control it anyway.
Yep.
So here, because you make a statement. The scriptures talk about how riches are not coming from regard. So, like you said, at the end of the day, you think money gonna be the answer to all things. But Lord saying, if your mind ain't correct, yeah.
Bro, listen.
You ain't sounding your mind with this wisdom. Go ahead.
No,
You ain't sounding your mind with this wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand the power of YAHWASHI. YAHWASHI. Damn right, it ain't coming for a nigga.
right,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
I seen motherfuckers. It was a chick, a nigga. She won like a couple M's on the lottery. That shit happen all the time. Jake these tens of millions of dollars and shit. Right, this bitch completely flat broke now.
Her pastor took the money.
That she gave something to the pastor, her boyfriend. She had to bail him out 33 times. She did some shit, bought a house in a white neighborhood. They was sick of that bitch, running her out there. Now she flat broke.
Yeah, apostles wanted to that. Remember when they was talking about giving Jakes that reparation? He said, yeah, he got the name and the list of things that Jake gonna spend it on.
Yeah, Jordan. Right.
As soon as you get it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that shit, like the saying go, it burn a hole in your pocket, bro.
Yeah.
Because a nigga ain't never had nothing. A nigga ain't never gonna have nothing. They go
money I never had. Shit, I never had. Shit.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because we talking about money, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying, and talk about Jake, but like, look at E, like, you know what I'm saying? Granted, like, you know what I'm saying, they was, like, you know what I'm saying, they seem to be E, but like I was saying, telling the brother YAHWASHI earlier, we was talking on the phone. Like, you think about, what's the, that movie had the name, the one that played the Peter Pan,
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He killed himself and had all that money. Or think about the dude from Bed Bath & Beyond. He jumped, the stock market took a hit, but you already got all this money sitting in your bank account. You tripping about money that you ain't made yet, that you're gonna lose. And he jumped and killed himself.
Well, yeah, that's a spirit. Go to now, you rich man.
Yeah, come on.
Howling weak for your miseries that's come upon you, because they go into the slavery. It ain't no all them niggas gonna get took. That's what them niggas be. They have to deal with the reality of the situation. These niggas is back in there, the niggas is pumping.
Yeah.
They always, you hear me, bro? That's all they do. Niggas is coming, take a bed, take a fucking video.
Talk, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because even when you think about the Lord's Prayer, like that's a mindset like you got to have. Like you can't be caught up in the riches for real. The Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Kingdom
come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. That's it.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying? That's it. Psalm 37:25, it says, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So the Most High gonna look out for you. All you need is what is convenient for you. You don't need all that.
And that's why the scripture saying, "Lest I be full and deny."
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? You mess around and get all that money and fall off the wagon.
Yeah, I said, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow worry about itself.
That's right.
Hey, read that. Get Sirach 11. 14.
It says, Sirach 31, verse 2, it says, worrying about business will keep you, in the GNT, worrying about business will keep you from sleeping just as surely as a serious illness does.
Oh, that's a serious illness, bro.
And that's why them niggas be going crazy.
Tossing and turning.
Bro.
You got there waking up with cold sweat. You having nightmares. You know what I'm saying? You gonna lose all your money. You don't worry about that.
That's why I just saw something too. A bitch out there in I forgot what neighborhood, some little uppity neighborhood, San Francisco, one of them places. She just killed her husband for $2 or $3 million, man. You know, like you already in a nice ass house. Then you get to kill him to get $3 million. You still get caught. You lose it all anyway.
Hey, you just read. I was thinking about the scripture talking about Esau. His sleep is taken away from him unless he calls someone to phone. So instead of doing that shit at night, you know, like he ain't did nothing wicked.
Bro, them devils got all this money. And Jake in general, they insomniacs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can't fucking sleep. That nigga Shaq was talking about that. There was a recent article came out about Shaq. He talking about pray for him, he can't sleep. And all this shit. You know why? This nigga got a legion of demons in your fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I remember when he was on the TV on Sports or something. This was Sonic Green like
Yeah. He tapped in.
Yeah, he talking about of course that nigga tapped in. That nigga tapped in. He got the Shaq brand. You know how much money this nigga made off the Shaq brand? Big Chicken. And this nigga owned multiple restaurants.
Elvis Presley,
his catalog.
He owned Elvis Presley. He owns Marilyn Monroe.
But it's so funny though. Shaq being rich. That's crazy. Shaq, how they say old money. Shaq had old money. They talked about how when he first came into the league, when he was a teenager, when he came into the league, how he was rapping, doing movies. They was trying to asset how the hell he was even managing doing all that, being so young. That's how much money he had at a young age. Time.
Yeah, this verse 3, because it's a little bit more. It says, rich people work hard to make a lot of money. Then they can sit back and live in luxury. Poor people work hard and have nothing to show for it. And when they rest, they are still poor. No one who loves money can be judged innocent. His efforts to get rich have led him into sin.
Get it by any means.
Yeah, right. Well, it say that in the Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, it say that about how Jake said that we must be getting it by any means. It actually say that, bro. You know, and it's the thing about it, because how we started the lesson off with that this is the most satanic country in the world. Here it is. Our people go to the devil to get riches and wealth, but ultimately that all comes from the Lord. Read that real quick.
This is Sirach 11:14. It says prosperity and adversity. Life and death. Poverty and riches. Come of the Lord.
There you go. So that's why we take the position of, well, I just go to the Lord then. He got all the riches and everything anyway. What we go this nigga for? That's just that's an illusion. You know, that's an illusion, man. Cause these demons, they into fucking, different stones. I forget the one stone that the bitch had on Game of Thrones, the Red Witch. She had this particular type of stone, but they call them like an amulet. So they into fucking stones and shit. That shit is all, bro. That shit is not real, man. Go ahead. Read down. Go to 21.
Jumping to 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners.
Yeah, that's what it is with our people, man. They be amazed and astonished at the fact that these niggas completely wicked and they still just, it seems like the Lord blessing them.
Psalm 73rd chapter.
Right. Go ahead.
But trust in the Lord.
Yeah, that's the position that you're supposed to take. right? Especially in the most satanic country in the world, you're supposed to be trusted in the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
And abide in thy labor, for it is an
abide in thy labor means continue doing the work, man. Right? That's the labor. Continue doing the work. Continue pushing. Continue going to the highways of Bible. Continue doing shows. Continue getting together, doing lessons like this. Continue plowing. Right?
The scripture say, let your works wax old.
Exactly, bro. So go ahead.
It says, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
On the sudden, right. That's an easy thing for the Heavenly Father to take you from rags to riches.
Like, you go.
I was just going to speak on something because you made me think about this thing. Yeah. Basically, you go to the Lord for riches because when you look at Solomon, like Solomon basically prayed for wisdom. Yeah. And based on that, the Lord was so pleased with him. Gave him all the money too. So
yup.
That's it.
And then like there's two this pop in my head. Before I bring it out, like the brother said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they like the Lord can make you rich. Like the Lord say you do that overnight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and so that's the things you get to desire. But you know what I'm saying? When you sit back, you be looking at the wicked prosper, like damn, like you know what I'm saying? Like the Lord blessing their hand, or damn, they got like you'll sit back like damn, they getting this, damn, they getting that, you know what I'm saying? And all this and all it really seemed like they prospering. But when you go into this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 11, I'm gonna read the 12. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Right, because these niggas got judgment coming.
That's right.
You know, so all the shit that this dude doing to obtain these riches, there's gonna be a judgment, a consequence for his action.
That's right.
You know, so the Lord, hey, do you want what this person got, but do you want the judgment that's coming?
This verse 12, it says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure.
Meaning delight, that's meaning another word for delight is pleasure. I mean, you don't supposed to be taking pleasure. The same thing these niggas take pleasure in.
That's right.
They take pleasure in worshiping Satan, right? Because they say, what worship God for? That nigga ain't doing this they stand. I ain't saying this. This is these niggas saying. What worship God for? You know?
When we was worshiping God, we weren't getting nothing.
Which you was never worshiping. I'm talking about Esau. Which you motherfuckers was never worshiping. Is that it?
Verse 12 again from the top. It says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Yeah.
But remember,
like blasphemy.
Yeah,
you know, just being complete demons. They take pleasure in it. Go ahead.
It says, but remember, they shall not go unpunished to their grave.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna like it might seem like they prospering and they getting off and they living it up and they having a good time, but that's the trick bag that the Heavenly Father got them in. Like he got them right where he want them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like making them like it's all good, and they'll tell you like the Lord blessed me, or the Lord did this and the Lord did that. But that's why the scriptures say, he said, for my people have received benefits and have not known me.
And the scriptures say they think that gain is godly.
They're kind. You know what I'm saying? But he say the same must know that the death by pain. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, Con, this is going back to Sirach 31, because this is fire, man. Verse 5, it's a guarantee. It says, no one who loves money can be judged innocent. His efforts to get rich have led him into sin.
Your efforts to get rich led to a sin.
Because you got to think about it. You know,
in
order to get rich in this society, man, you can't work a 9 to 5 and become rich off a 9 to 5, man.
No, you're never
especially more to how we make money. Put it in a bag with holes at the bottom. So, you know, Jake do shit to get a boost. You know, and everything that you got to do to get a boost, okay, it comes with some wickedness. You know, you got to fucking wear a dress, man. You got to you got to sell your shit to get a boost.
And then when you do that, the thing about it, eventually, because you got something on 15 minutes of fame, eventually you're going to fall out of the spotlight. Like that nigga Charles the White was talking about Soulja Boy. Because he want to be for young boy. Like, bro, you said you had your time. Why be wrong? Why be you? Why be you? You'll never reach that pinnacle again. You had so, you know what I'm saying?
10 minutes of fame.
That's all that. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Shot the nigga. Shot the nigga all over Glad TV about the niggas invaded his house. But then the story come out, it was a whole nother situation in his bed. You know what I'm saying? Shot the nigga. All that shit, man. You on motherfucker the Breakfast Club, Drake. Army with the ground with the wheelchair. You had your
shit. And then anything we went into his name and shit.
Yeah.
Where Drake got his name from. My name Draco. They like, where you get the name Draco from? My first name Drake, and my middle name Cortez. Drake go.
That's funny.
Soldier.
This is verse 6. Many people have been ruined because of money.
Ooh, and that's how also people keep relevancy at Esau's his system. All right, by continue to like my name Captain Black said, Soldier Boy was the first, right. to blow a nigga rod, man. Oh, yeah, that's what Country Black said. Soldier Boy the first nigga to blow a nigga rod, man.
That's cap.
But this shows you that,
and they talking about in they generation.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It shows you that like this is what the tiny technology is all about, man. This is what this system is wrapped around, man. It has to deal with the currency. All right, and he knows that the people is wrapped up in the currency, man. They worship the currency, and whatever the form of the currency is, and whatever form it is,
because he know the curses.
Exactly.
Esau know that. That's why when you think about it, he literally benefited off the curses, off the curses, man. He knew how the curses say, Jake would make money to put it into a bag with holes. So that's where he offered him an opportunity to stay rich.
Yep.
It
says many people have been ruined because of money, brought face to face with disaster. Money is a trap for those who are fascinated by it. Yeah. A trap that every fool falls into.
And look at these niggas out here in the world, man. They fascinated with money. And guess what? They continually, let themselves fall in Esau's trap. Like a nigga selling drugs, man. You fucking go to jail. You fucking go to jail, and then he get back out to do the same thing again. To go back to jail again.
In verse 8 says, a person who gets rich without sinfully chasing after money is fortunate.
What he said, you fortunate, man. You don't get rich in this side. You ain't got to do no left-handed shit. Yep. You a fortunate person, man. Yep. Which you got some individuals like that, man. Okay. That did some shit, didn't sell out, that made a couple dollars, made a little bit of money, right? Like it made me think of the creator of the Boondocks. That nigga made money off that shit. But I know he had a
fortunate means lucky.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, motherfucker is lucky, bro.
Yep. It says a person who gets rich without sinfully chasing after money is fortunate. Do you know anyone like that? If so, we will congratulate him for performing a miracle that no one else has ever been able to do.
Wow. Damn.
It says if anyone has ever passed this test, he can well be proud.
Wow.
Has anyone ever known that he
could know what? Who passed that test? YAHWASHI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did, bro. Yes, he did. His men are doing that too. All right. Passing that test, man. Are going to pass that test. They're set up to pass that test, man. It says if anyone has ever passed this test, he can well be proud.
Well, see, all our forefathers, because they were rich. Job, because they was increased by the Lord.
Yep. That's what the Lord was dealing on the level with us. You know what I'm saying? In this society, the Lord ain't really dealing with Jake like that.
Yep. But on face to face like
Bishop
that.
Yeah. 150 million racks.
They said, YAHWASHI said, we quoted earlier, received a consolation. It says, has anyone ever known that he could get away with cheating someone and not taking advantage of it? If so, he deserves his wealth. Everyone will praise him for his generosity. So yeah, man. Because in the KJV in that verse 7, it says it is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it. So that's the system ultimately is a stumbling block because the system is tied to the currency. The reason why people are going to take the tiny technology is because of the currencies. They benefit from it, or something they lose, or fear of losing. They want to stay relevant. So it's all wrapped around the form of currency, which it's happening in different countries, but it has a bigger influence when it happened in America. See, just because China got the Chinese yuan and all these different things, and all these different, you got CBDC and Nigeria and all, but if it happens in America, it's going to have a whole big influence on the whole world, because the FRN is attached to the economy, all right, all across the world on different trades. Okay, it's the currency that every country had to convert to in order to trade oil.
And also, who's the biggest consumers in the world?
Right.
The Americans.
Right, and that's why Revelation 18 say they roughly paraphrase, but they weep. You know what I'm saying? They said,
no man buy their merchandise anymore.
Yeah. Because China got rich off America. You know what I'm saying? Different countries like India,
China.
Yep.
All these countries. So fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
So why it's so spiritual, like bringing up dude again for Bed Bath & Beyond. Like you watching the stock market crash. You watching yourself lose money. You ain't made it yet, and you kill yourself. When your bank account probably already look like whatever.
Hey, they said that Bill Gates woke up with Oprah money, he'll hang himself.
And they weirdos.
Yeah.
They don't even spend their money on shit. What they spend their money on, like, you know, to fund these wicked ass.
So that nigga Warren Buffett,
witchcraft and shit like that. That's what the nigga eat McDonald's, bro.
Yeah, the nigga Warren Buffett had a flip phone that was broke.
Big Mac,
he used a flip phone that's broke.
Nigga get clothes from the motherfucking Salvation.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that they really got that's nice is probably a house, bro. Yeah, they ain't driving them. They get chauffeured around in a car, so they ain't really.
Warren Buffett got 50 private jets.
Cause like I don't recall like Tyler Perry or Oprah owning farms and building cities and different shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
they do that shit in Africa.
Yeah.
They can't do it here.
Shit.
That nigga Tyler Perry, he got a airstrip on at his house though, like with plant for.
Yeah, you can't do a Nipsey Hussle where you try to rebuild the community that you are.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because you can't use that money for good. You know, so can only use that shit for wickedness. Like, right.
Will Smith had a homie that said he asked Will Smith for $1 million, and it took Will Smith. Will Smith had to go through a lot of shit to get him that million. It wasn't just like, oh, I need to get $1 million. He had to go through a whole bunch of different Edomites to get that.
Like I always told you.
Say why he needed the $1 million.
He's like that money, bro.
That closing.
Yeah, what you got? You got something?
If not, what you got?
Revelation.
That's cool then. We just bring that out, man.
Revelations 18 and I start 11. This is Revelation 18:11 says that the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah, because America, you know, they used to have the term "made in the USA." We used to look at certain items.
Yeah.
You look at certain items and say "made in USA," but they moved all those major corporations over there to the those other countries, and now they turned this place from a place of exporting to importing.
Yeah, just like Apostle Tara was saying, like with all the migrants crossing the border, he said they bringing them in for obviously a plethora of things, but he said they was bringing them in for cheap labor to build these 15 million cities and
that makes sense. Get them jobs,
because they know America's not gonna do what they need them to do. They niggas gonna coming in. Like, yeah, of course they gonna do it.
Work for nothing.
Yeah, work for nothing.
Yeah, just take it in their own tax.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Good.
Started 10. Revelations 18:10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city.
Yeah, because this is going to be televised. Everybody's going to see the downfall of the red, white, and blue across the world. You see, people think this is. See, we're going to actually see this. It's going to be breaking news. America's been hit by such and such. You know, and because of the influence on the minds of the people that this place has, the whole land is going to be a desert, man.
You may be able to see it physically too, like just standing outside and just seeing that smoke.
Right, and when you go into the word alas, right? We say alas, alas, because that's what the heathens are saying. When you go into the word alas, it goes into a word used to express unhappiness or concern. So them niggas is gonna be concerned. You feel me? That when you go into the word alas, it goes into a word basically used to express unhappiness or concern.
Oh, that's how they
gonna be concerned when they see this bitch get blew up.
That's how they was with Humpty Dumpty when all the kings on the the cartoon, of course, but they all surrounded them and they was concerned, trying to they wanted to put them back together. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it said the later verses. You about to read it real quick, because that's why it say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, because the concern was that they're not gonna be able to make money no more.
Yeah,
they're not gonna be able to prosper no more.
They was unhappy at that fact.
Yep.
The fact that they was about to be, you know what I'm saying, making all these millions of, you know, all this fucking money.
But you see it too, because it came out how like a lot of these couple different nations already done dropped the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't dealing with America no more. You know what I'm saying?
It says the strong definition of that word for alas, it says an exclamation of grief.
Yeah, exactly. An exclamation of grief, man. You know, cause they gonna be concerned. Cause you know, here it is, they go from being subject to it. They don't know what about to happen now. Yeah. They just saying the angels destroy this bitch. They really gonna be concerned, bro. Go ahead.
It says, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah, right. Because when you go up to the previous verses, the reason why this was happening because the Heavenly Father said that their sins have reached unto heaven, that the Heavenly Father have remembered our iniquity. You know what I'm saying? You fornicating and all this shit going around the world, doing all this satanic, demonic shit, and you think it ain't gonna be no consequences or repercussions? Well, no. Right? It's already written.
Verse 12, it says the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones.
Oh, can I make a quick point? Because Apostle Tahar just did a lesson. I think a couple of days ago, but he said, "Will the other nations get burned for taking the tiny technology?" And he was like, "No." You see what I'm saying? Just that's a small example of how you know this place is the most satanic place in the world, because the people here are going to get burned up. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to get, here is the place that's going to be burnt, completely obliterated, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a quick example, a small example of just identifying that this is the most satanic place in the entire world, man. Even though these countries are going to participate in the MOTP, they already doing it, man. Go ahead,
It says, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manners of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yep. This place, because at the bottom, read the last verse. That's it, bro.
Verse 14, it says,
the last verse, the
21st. Verse 24, the reason it says, and in her was found the blood of the prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? This place has more bloodshed than any place on the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is going to make this place an example, like He did Sodom and Gomorrah, of how not to be, how not to live on God, not to live ungodly, man. When you transgress His laws, this is the result, man. You know what I'm saying? When you live after death, this is the result. You know what I'm saying? So, Lord willing, is edifying, man. We like to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honors again to our apostle, Elizabeth Millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Again, strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude of men children of the Lord have mercy on. Lord willing, is edifying and walk like a ball, Bible ball. Hey, DTA, song, man.